One man is being victimized by our own government. One man whom they fear, yet whom millions love. One man who is willing to take the poison arrows of lawfare. One man whose voice has been taken away by a corrupt judge operating in a corrupt system. One man who has been ridiculed and insulted. One man who refused to back down. One man who refused to back down. One man who refused to back down. One man who stands between us and them. One man that wants to see America protected again. One man who wants to see America prosper again. One man who understands that a man is a man and a woman is a woman. One man who understands and protects the blessing of life. One man who wants to restore American exceptionalism. One man who once again wants to make America that shining city on a hill for all to see. A place where all the people of the world glowingly set their eyes upon. America. One man who unashamedly wants to make America great again. That one man is Donald Trump.
This is Fanfare with Barry Cunningham.
Judge bans X in Brazil for refusing to comply with demands. Seizes Starlink operations in the country. Remember they arrested a few weeks ago Pavel Durov. And now we have Robert Reich, the communist from the Clinton administration, saying he wants global regulators to arrest Elon Musk. And the London Guardian is publishing articles about it. Regulators around the world should threaten to arrest Musk. Judge orders $9,000 fine for using VPNs to get around the ban.
And I also use X. Elon's a friend of mine. He endorsed me very strongly. He really endorsed me incredibly. He endorses me a lot. He tells people because he understands he's very smart. And he understands that this country is not going to make it if she's put in there. It's going to be a disaster for the world. It's going to be a disaster.
We must protect free speech. And free speech only matters, it's only relevant when it's someone you don't like saying something you don't like, because obviously speech that you like is, that's easy. So it's the thing about censorship is that, sure, for those who would advocate it, just remember, at some point, that will be turned on you.
Time to cancel all the contracts and reassess his immigration status and hopefully deport him the hell out of the country. And if we can't do that by conventional means, President Biden, you have presidential immunity. Get Elon Musk the F out of our country and do it now.
You know, I think that he has riled up the base. He is part of that base. There is a question about what kind of impact it's going to have on his business. But he is clearly making a bet that former President Trump is going to win. And if he does win, I think it would be surprising if his businesses don't ultimately benefit. Of course, SpaceX is a huge business with a massive government contract. Tesla is a beneficiary of all sorts of, of subsidies and other things.
Donald Trump has said that. Donald Trump has said that Elon Musk relies on subsidies from the federal government. So it's once again all these great libertarians out in Silicon Valley that rely on the federal government, to give them corporate welfare. Right. It's pretty fascinating.
And I will say that Elon Musk is perhaps the world's leading spreader of disinformation, including outright lies about hurricane relief, about illegal immigrants. We've seen him do that in the last couple of weeks. And then on Saturday, he steps on stage with Donald Trump with one of the less athletic leaps I've ever seen as he bounded his way on stage with Trump. Tell us, and then spoke briefly on the former president's behalf. Tell us about that moment and what sort of he does not have much of a vertical, Mr. Musk.
I want to.
So this video, I don't know if they're going to let me keep it up or not, because we're going hard. We're going real hard and real deep today. I've done a few videos on Elon Musk and about X, but this one I want to go deeper and deeper and deeper. I want to tell you really the real reason, way deep behind, why everybody on the left doesn't want to have anything to do with Elon Musk. And I bet a bunch of you think it's about free speech. And they don't want, free speech, and they want free speech, but we don't want free. No, everybody wants free speech. That ain't it. They're playing a game. It's a shell game. What this really is about, and you don't have to wait the whole hour to find out, I'm going to tell you right now. This is about money and control. Sure, censorship is a tool of that control. The money and the control go hand in hand. And what happened when this man decided to plunk down $44 billion? I mean, there's maybe 5 people in the world who could plunk down that kind of money? But when he plunked down $44 billion with different investors and loans, the tide completely shifted. I will almost go as far to say that the election ended the day he took over Twitter and turned it into X. They knew right then and there they were in for a heap of trouble. Those of you who are just getting your foot wet in X or haven't even got on X at this point, you're just beginning to see if you're new. If you're old, you understand, and I mean old in terms of being a subscriber. X is the platform that the world turns to for information. Not people in America, not people in China, not people here or there, the world. Every single bit of news, which is driving the WEF and all of their, minions absolutely nuts, is because anybody, anywhere can find out anything at any time about anything out there. There is no hold. There is no way you can stop this, which I like to call the fire hose of information. And when I say fire hose, if you ever taken a drink out of a hose, you're sprinkling the lawn or whatever. Oh yeah, I'm going to crimp the hose and I'm going to take a drink. This is a fire hose. This is literally trying to drink out of a fire hose and getting blasted. Absolutely blasted. And all of the control centers that have been in place forever are completely obliterated. They no longer exist. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. They should have foreseen what was going to happen. When Jack Dorsey and his stockholders decided they were going to sell then Twitter, which then turned into X, they didn't realize what was going to happen. Because many of us, myself, Robin, many people I know, were kicked off. President Trump was kicked off. It was the left's little, pigsty where they could roll around and give you the middle finger and tell you you're a slimy Q host, conspiracy theorist. Oh, you're a piece of crap. We're going to ban Trump. We're going to get you. We're going to get everybody. And it happened. I mean, literally thousands of people that you would have followed disappeared overnight. I click on somebody's profile. Poof, they're gone. Poof, they're gone. And it was working. When you can kick off the President of the United States, which at that point, he was still the President of the United States. And Trump has said this the entirety of his campaign, actually the entirety of his presidency. They're coming after me, but they really want you. And we've already seen it. That's why when I hear him say that, I understand with full confidence what he means. I'm just in the way. What they really want is you. Those of you who were on when it was Twitter completely understand that. Once they got him out of the way, what do? Thousands, tens of thousands of profiles just went poof into the ether. Gone. There was nobody to run interference. There was nobody who was coming to your assistance. You just logged on one morning and it was gone. Shut up. You're not allowed to speak. See, it was way a couple years ago that all this happened. And we all basically ran to different platforms. How can we talk to the people that we really want to talk to? How can we share information? You weren't allowed to share stories. You all heard about the laptop. You tried to click the button and share that with somebody. Not only did it not allow you to share it, then you were blasted into the ether for trying to share it. And then some guy comes along, some rocket scientist, and says, I'll give you $44 billion for this. And they're like, oh, what a sucker. He's going to pay us $44 billion. Oh, yeah, we'll take that. $44 billion. And now he has turned it, a couple years later, into the biggest news, I don't know what you want to call it, curator in the world. In the entire world. Let me just show you this. This is something that's absolutely amazing. This was posted, I believe, today. No, a couple of days ago. X is the #1 news app in America. Any data for, I'm not sure what country that's for, but here are the top apps downloads. This doesn't include web traffic. X is above the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, and the Washington Post. You can see them all there. It's way above all of them. It's not just way above all of them. It's got more traffic than all of them combined. You know, a lot of these news sites, if you go to them, they're up behind a paywall. Hey, pay us some money and we'll show you the news. You know what? I'm just going to go run X because somebody who did pay has already posted the entirety of the article. I don't need to pay you. Sorry you can't afford to be free, truly free. Elon Musk is making it happen without you. And so as that continues to happen, more and more news just gets pushed on X. X being the #1 news app in over 140 countries on the App Store shows that people no longer trust the mainstream media. And that's X the Globe. What happens when CBS, NBC, CNN, Fox, ABC, nobody trusts them anymore? They don't trust you. You're a liar. What happens is you get what just happened in that 60 Minutes interview. You get people in abject fear because their entire ability to manipulate news, to tell you what you should hear and what you should see, like they do here. You can't say certain words here. If you say the certain words, the algorithm picks it up and goes, oh no, you can't say that here. Y'all got a really limited lifespan. Because as he begins to move into video and furthers his monetization efforts and basically becomes what I think a lot of these people hoped wouldn't happen, he becomes the actual focal point of everything moving forward. Think I'm exaggerating? You don't have to, because you can hear the fear in people as they talk about X.
Quickly ask you about something that happened last night in Butler, Pennsylvania. Elon Musk was there. He spoke at the rally. Listen to what he said.
This is no ordinary election. The other side wants to take away your freedom of speech. They want to take away your right to vote effectively. President Trump must win to preserve the Constitution. He must win to preserve democracy in America.
He said if Trump doesn't win, this will be the last election. Musk, as you know, has a huge social media platform and a lot of influence there. He receives billions of dollars from the federal government in contracts. Does it worry you to...
It bothers them so much that in addition to X, he gets billions of dollars of government contracts that they don't dare cancel. They've tried. You know, Brazil tried to basically obliterate X, and they had to bring it back. And the government, as much as they hate him, they need him because he's the only one who can shoot up a rocket and rescue astronauts stuck in space. He's the only one that can bring out internet to remote areas that get hit by hurricanes. He's the only one that can provide real news, and even though he's basically saying stuff or allowing people to say stuff that they can't control, they can't get rid of him.
Hear what he said and see what he's doing?
Well, it's also hypocritical. He's standing next to the guy that tried to overturn the 2020 election.
Have you heard recently how much they're talking about misinformation, disinformation? Yet, here's the problem with these networks. Every time they bring somebody on, in case you don't know this guy, nobody knows who the hell he is, that's Mark Kelly from Arizona, the senator out there. This guy is getting no play. Dana Bash's show is getting no play. Nobody's watching it. I had to explain to you who this guy was, and you probably didn't know that. But the first thing he says is misinformation.
On January 6th. Saying that this is somehow going to be the last election and they're going to take away your vote, and it just doesn't pass the logic test.
Whose logic test?
I think it also highlights the amount of influence that dark money and billionaires have in our political system. It's not.
Now, watch what happens here, because it's something that you wouldn't have seen even as recent as 6 months ago. Dana Bash, who is beginning to try and distance herself from, the left, she says something to him in closing that he didn't expect.
Lost on me, and it shouldn't be lost on the American people, that Donald Trump, when he was president, gave a giant tax cut to billionaires. Elon Musk is the richest person in the world. He's got a tremendous amount of interest in Donald Trump being elected president, because Donald Trump made it, it's clear he's going to double down on tax cuts to billionaires while sticking it to American families.
Oh, misinformation. There we go again. Straight up. She doesn't call him on that part, though, but yes, it's more disinformation, misinformation, whatever you want to call it.
Middle class and everyday folks are going to get a bad deal under Donald Trump, and billionaires like Elon Musk will get their giant tax cut again. So it makes sense, I guess, that he's there, but it highlights that we've got to do something about getting the dark money out of our political system, super PACs funded by Elon Musk and others.
Well, and as you well know, dark money is, Democrats are beneficiaries of dark money right now as well.
She jabbed him right there on the way out. And he's like, huh? Oh, man. Yeah. It's not dark money. That even of itself is another misinformation. When people are openly, I created a PAC and I'm donating and pushing Donald Trump. I'm not dark. Dark is what y'all do when you fake getting money for Kamala Harris but don't know who did it. When you use companies like Act Blue to bring in all kinds of tens of millions of dollars with no social security numbers, no CSV codes on the back of credit cards, that's dark money. Elon Musk is anything but dark. He's out front there. Yeah, I'm doing it. By the way, did you have a problem with George Soros buying 200 radio stations? No. Did you hear any really complaint from any of us? No. You know why? Because nobody's listening. I don't care if George Soros buys 800 radio stations. I could care less. If he knew what he was doing and understood marketing, he would know that most people aren't listening to radio, not terrestrial radio anyways. He didn't buy Sirius. He didn't buy YouTube. He didn't buy Twitter. That's where people are listening to. If you want to hear Dan Bongino, he's on Rumble. If you want to hear Clay and Buck, they're on the radio with, I forget, Premier Networks, and he's also online as well. who tunes into radio at this point? With all of the ways that you can do, and you've got apps on your phone, and you can just, iHeartRadio, all kinds of different things. I don't care if you buy all those radio stations. Could care less. But you're terrified of Elon Musk owning Twitter and what he's doing with it, aren't you? You doggone right they are.
An example of what happens, I think, when he spends a lot of time online looking at his own social media feed. I would argue he's been radicalized.
Now, this guy's been fired and brought back to just spew crap. He's complaining that Elon Musk spends time looking at his own X feed. He's posting there, that's what it's supposed to be. He can go like this, and he thinks he's spending a lot of time. Do you know how long it takes to push out a post? Well, it takes literally about 10 seconds. Do you know how long it takes to push out a post when you're not really doing it? See, rotund potato man there didn't tell you that. Because I'm sure a billionaire like, nearly a trillionaire like Elon Musk, has people doing it for him. I'm sure he's approved many of it in advance. Yeah, I'm sure he does his own once in a while, but he probably has a bank of content and says, okay, I want this to go out at noon. I want this to go out at 2 p.m. I've approved this one for 4 p.m. Y'all go ahead and get that out there. You think Kamala Harris is doing this all day? No. The only person doing this all day, because he's got time on his own jet, for the most part, is Trump. And I'm sure even then, he's looking at and approving everything that goes out in his name.
And he is obviously now an outspoken Trump supporter.
So I was happy to see you cite the work of Robert Putnam. Bowling alone made an...
How do you know they're in trouble? They dust off Jabba the Hutt here to come out and again decide that she's going to tell you that social media is bad. All of a sudden, you shouldn't be doing social media. And what we really need to do is rein all this stuff in. Now you didn't say it when Jack Dorsey owned Twitter, but now all of a sudden it's bad for you. And here comes the Hillbot to make sure you understand she's thinking about you and your kids.
Impact on me, the discussion of social capital of the sort that I'm sure the Rodhams enjoyed in Park Ridge, right? Participation, belonging, volunteerism that is so missing today. You cite Jonathan Haidt, you cite Jean Twenge. Here's what disappoints me, and it's not about you, Madam Secretary. I'm shocked that no person, no Republican, no Democrat is championing this issue. The social science is so clear. The political science is so clear. Our fabric has frayed as a nation. Our kids are disconnected. Too much time behind closed doors on devices and not enough time replicating the experience of their parents and grandparents. So what do we do about it? What do we do about it for your grandkids?
Psst. I'm a grown-ass man. If I choose not to watch TV, and instead I want to watch a YouTube video, or an X video, or whatever, I can decide for myself how much to consume, and when to consume it, and when I'm done consuming it. For my kids, my daughter's older now, but if she was here and she was like, say, 14 or 15, as a parent, I would decide when and if it's enough. For my grandkids, I understand that my daughter Ashley has the power to determine when, if, how much the grandkids will consume. I'm probably sure you are the same way. You can do it yourself. Hey, listen, I watched Barry enough today. Click, I'm going to go, walk around the block. And I've seen enough of this. I'm going to go work out. But I'm pretty sure, in fact, I'm almost positive that you don't need the government to tell you. See, that's what she's about to say. They need to regulate it because you aren't man or woman enough to decide what's enough for you to consume. This, to me, is probably one of the worst things with the entirety of the left, is that they don't assume that people can make their own decisions like they've done for hundreds of years. Somehow we survived. But now all of a sudden, hey, there's this thing called social media, and we don't think you can handle it. Well, people have smoked, people have drank, people have driven, people have shot, people have hunted, people have driven boats, all without the need for your government tutelage. But now this thing, because it's so pervasive and everybody can see it, and you can literally go blah, 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 bing, post, hey, we got to slow this down. You're seeing way too much information. We can't have you having that kind of information at your fingertips.
Well, Michael, there are people who are championing it, but it's been a long and difficult road to get anything done. Actually, we can look at the state of California, the state of New York. I think some other states have also taken action, but we need now.
Well, why would I want to live under the fiefdom and what Gavin Newsom is doing? And by the way, when I go back to full screen, and this isn't by accident, it's never by accident. Everything behind me, when you see my full screen, see all that stuff back there, that wasn't by accident. I picked out the lights, and Robin's got some of her artwork, and we have some other tchotchke up there and stuff. Then there's a picture of she and I right there. We chose to put that up there. I want you to look at what's before it plays. I want you to look what's in the background over Hillary's left shoulder. You see that? You see what's in the background there? Why would Hillary be showing women in burqas behind her, covered from head to toe in a desert or on a beach? Why would you do that, Hillary? Why would American people have, she's about as white as can be, and she's got behind her women in burqas. What kind of message is she sending right there? I'm just saying. I'm not gonna put a conclusion to it. I just want you to notice. But listen to what she says.
Action. And sadly, our Congress has been dysfunctional when it comes to addressing these threats to our children. So you're absolutely right. This should be at the top of every legislative political agenda. There should be a lot of things done. We should be, in my view, repealing something called Section 230, which gave...
there you go. First of all, now we want the government to oversee this because you can't handle your kids. It's sort of like when they said black people we can't get ID. You poor black people don't know how to use a computer, Kathy Hochul said. Oh, what's this thing? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I was just going back to the native way that Kathy Hochul and the Democrats think. We're too stupid as black people to use the computer. Oh, my God, look at all those buttons. They're pretty. Or what happens if I hit this one? Because we're also too stupid to get IDs. It's disenfranchised because the poor black people can't get no ID. It's 2024, nearly going into 2025, and you're using that same trope. You're still telling black people, we understand y'all can't get no IDs. Yeah, we understand y'all don't know how to use a computer. And now you're telling us we don't understand how much consumption of social media we should have. So the government is here to help. The government is here to help. That's what she's saying. Because you're too stupid to monitor your own digital usage.
Platforms on the internet immunity because they were thought to be just pass-throughs, that they shouldn't be judged for the content that is posted. But we now know that that was an overly simple view, that if the platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control.
There's the word. Ding, ding, ding. Ring the bell. She said it. I wanted to make sure every one of you heard that. I started off the show, I said money and control. And this woman decided to go on CNN, sit back with her, Jabba the Hutt outfit on, and just tell you, if we don't do something to moderate and monitor these people, we lose control. Newsflash, you don't have control. It's not something for you to control. And why would you want to control what people consume? You know, pretty much, I'm pretty sure if any one of you decided to walk away from this video at your own risk and turn on TV and, you know, watch reruns of Survivor or something, there's nobody that's going to come on from CBS and go, hey, you've watched too many episodes of Survivor. In this episode of Survivor, one of the guys is going to puke, and we don't think it's good for you, so we're not going to allow you to access this episode. Hey, you're getting ready to watch Law and Order. We've seen that you binged 2 or 3 episodes. This might be bad for you to see, you know, women getting assaulted over and over, so you've had enough of Law and Order today. Hey, you've had CNN on a loop for the last 24 hours. We think you've had enough of CNN for the day. Is that happening? No, I'm pretty sure TV's on right now. TV's on. Robin's outside in the patio. And it's just running. There's nobody telling us we have to regulate or moderate that because they already have control. Every single one of these television networks, they already control. She just said it. We got to do this one because we don't control it. It's sinister. It's absolutely sinister in nature.
And it's not just the social and psychological effects. It's real harm. It's, child porn and threats of violence, things that are terribly dangerous. So I couldn't agree with you more. We need to...
That woman just bring up that child abuse is really harmful. Did she just say that? Of all the people in the world to utter that, the unmitigated nuts of that woman to say that, with everything that we know, that made my skin I just wanted to puke. Don't even let that come out your mouth. Keep children's names out your mouth, woman.
Remove the immunity from liability, and we need to have guardrails. We need regulation. We've conducted this big experiment on ourselves and particularly our kids, and I think the evidence is in that we've got to do more. Take phones out of schools. I'm so happy to see schools beginning to do that.
I don't have a problem with a phone not being accessible to a kid in school. However, that's the parents' decision. Hey, Freddie, I don't want you to have your phone with you while you're at school. Probably said, no, Mom, because what happens if, he's got a call? Hey, I can't get home. Something's happened. You don't want the child to have access to contact their parents? We need to take it away from kids? The government needs to take it away? Okay.
The kids turn their phone in when they walk in the door. And guess what, Michael? It won't surprise you because you're on this. Kids are paying better attention in class. They are talking to each other in the lunchroom. Things that used to be part of your daily life when you were a child in school.
You know what used to be a part of my daily life until the time, just recently? Is y'all staying out of it. A part of my daily life, which I'm sure was like yours, was you could pretty much do what you wanted to a certain extent. Just don't break any laws. But other than that, you could live your life the way you wanted to live. That's not what they want. She absolutely said with complete unequivocation, we need control. But the problem she's having is that some guy, some rocket scientist guy, decided he was going to plunk down $44 billion. And this is him.
Better attention in class. They are talking to each other in the lunchroom. Things that used to be part of your daily life when you were a child in school.
This is Elon Musk walking into the headquarters of Twitter on the first day after he took control. Everything but the kitchen sink. So I'm going to pause here and take some of your comments because before I get into the other side of this, now what I'm going to show you in a second is now Elon fighting back. And Elon's going to tell you some of the reasons why these people are after him, if you're still not convinced. Save the children. Can you believe she even said that? Can you believe of all the people that would say something that stupid, that she would come up with that? Yeah, they want their phones so they can track every app. Thank you, Lord, for not calling me to have kids. Let that sink in. Good point there. Yes, Barry, for them to stay out of our lives, go kiss your Soros. But they want to be in every aspect of your life. And so now what you're seeing is the true maggots and how they're trying to fight back and take him over. Misinformation, my butt. Yeah. Hillary threats to our children. Yeah. I can't imagine what that lady went through when she was a child. Good point there. Good point. Kip says they want total control. Absolutely. They want total control. A year ago, they were crying about protecting Section 230. So Section 230 and what it says is that the network can't be held liable for the content that other people post on it. And now what they want to do, because X has become so proliferate, they're like, wait a second. We got to turn that back. We do have to keep them liable. We need to be able to remove their immunity and sue them into oblivion. See, that's what they want. If Trump is not elected, if for some reason they find a way to basically take away and strip the immunity and stuff away from Elon Musk on Twitter, on X, then there won't be one, which is exactly what they want. Shut them down and start with the whole elimination of everybody again, all over. I just watched the WW2 documentary. The Democrats are doing exactly what Adolf did and his comrades did to silence and control the Germans. It's a playbook. They are absolutely running it. Absolutely running it. Americans are a lot safer when they keep Democrats in the basement. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The only reason they're doing that is because Elon endorsed Trump. Exactly. So let me continue because I got a lot to show you guys here, and I don't want to basically get off pace. So now we're going to turn the page. You understand the nuts are going crazy. You understand at this point they'll do anything to silence him. We have to get rid of him. Now, listen to the other side as to why and what Elon is doing.
The biggest fear that the World Economic Forum has is that there are going to be people that will not comply. Their biggest fear is your fight for freedom. Their biggest fear is that you will make individual decisions for yourself and you will not follow their orders. So this digital stuff is absolutely key because without it, they can't enforce anything.
Exactly. They know as long as you have this, and you have X, they can't control you. You can literally post and consume anything you want. The person who owns X, it is not a public company like Google. It's not run by somebody like Mark Zuckerberg. It's run by a guy who's an advocate for free speech and letting you post whatever you want within reason. Of course, nobody wants to see an execution or something on video, even though I've seen them. And so, right now, there is, I will first admit it, there's a lot of porn on X. But, you are the consumer. There are people who want to consume that. If you don't want to consume it, you simply have the right not to consume it. Now, let me just give you, here's my very first tip on X. Watch what you consume. Be very careful what you consume because it's run by an algorithm. And if you go ahead and start looking at, oh, she's cute. Yeah. Oh, she can do that. Oh, let me see a couple. Oh, yeah, baby. Guess what's going to show up in your feed? It's going to show up over and over. And then maybe one day you're sitting on the couch watching something, and the next thing that pops up, you don't want your wife to see. Oh, yeah. So if you are an honest person, don't consume what you don't want anybody to know that you're consuming or that you really don't want to see. Because the algorithm thinks, hey, Fred seemed to like, the little Girl Scout uniform. Let's show him more of those. It's not meant for people just to be willy-nilly on there. Consume what you want to consume. If you watch Dan Bongino and you like what Dan Bongino says, you're probably going to see stuff from Charlie Kirk. If you watch Charlie Kirk stuff, you're probably going to see, Clay and Buck. If you watch Clay and Buck, hey, you might see some Ted Nugent, because it's going to funnel you into what you're showing you want to hear, what you'd like to see. If somebody sends you something, me, hey, Joe, check this out, and I send you something with the Girl Scout uniform on, and you click on it, then it's going to think, hey, Fred wants to see more of the Girl Scouts. So don't click on what you don't want to see. Ignore people that you don't want to hear from. Because the one thing that this thing is, there's no gates. It's not like you can, subscribe to my YouTube channel or Fred's YouTube channel or John's YouTube channel, and you can say, you're looking on your YouTube feed and like, oh yeah, he made another one. No, it's like this. And it's going to show up until it learns, especially if you have a new account, until it learns. So just be careful. But in any event, what she's saying here is, because they can't control it. They can't control the algorithm. They can't control, what you choose to search for. They can't. I can go into Grok. Grok will be, a long time showing you guys what Grok does. Grok is Twitter's, or rather X's AI. To me, I think Grok is the most accurate of AIs, because what it picks up is from the gazillions of posts on Twitter. It can show you some of that stuff. It's not foolproof, but to me, it's the most accurate. So just be careful. And so their concern at this point is they can't control it on either side. And they can't control it geographically. If somebody in Egypt wants to tell you what's going on, if somebody in Israel wants to show you what's really going on, the news can't control it. The news wants to say, oh, hey, river to the sea, these guys are bad over there, they're doing crazy stuff, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden you get some stuff from, the IDF. Hey, I didn't know that. News isn't reporting this. And that's where you're really going to start to see stuff. And that's what the WEF and some of these people can't control, is because you will see stuff they don't want you to see on the news. Remember, those newscasters 24/7 are sitting there going da 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 da, and they're reading the teleprompter da 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 da. Okay, let's cut to Joe out in the field. And you're like, hey Joe, I saw that 4 hours ago. And it's funny when I'm talking to Robin, oftentimes she's sitting on the couch. She goes, did you see this? Yes. Did you see this? Yes. Why? Because we both follow the same people. The algorithm on her phone and the algorithm on my phone are pretty much the same. And so a lot of the times, hey, did you see this? Do you see that? Okay, so they can't control it. Let's continue with what she has to say.
They can't mandate that you do something. Without it, they can't control your life. So I don't care if you're talking about carbon emissions and what's safe and effective as far as they are concerned. I don't care if they're talking about an experimental injection, a series of injections, whatever they may be, and what's safe and effective as far as they're concerned. This is not about those individual things. This is about the desire to control you from the outside in. And if they have a digital process whereby they can restrict your movement, your behavior, and your decisions with the click of a button, you are done.
Done. Absolutely done. So now you're seeing the mindset behind them and why they're freaking out and about Elon Musk and X is because they haven't figured out a way to control it. And because this guy is, 5 steps ahead of them, he's making it basically uncontrollable. And so it's freaking them out because now even their own reporters are turning to X to report the news that they should have been reporting already. Let me break it down to you this way. There are no more reporters. They're just not there. You remember back in the day when reporters used to hit the beat and get out there and talk to people and find out, hey, so, blah, 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 I'm talking to you, but they don't do that anymore. They're all talking heads. They're all talking heads in the studio. That's why all the women look pretty and all the guys look great, because they're meant for camera. They're no longer getting out there and doing actual reporting. And so they rely on what's in the box in front of them. If it's not on the box in front of them, they don't talk about it. Period. And so all this stuff is happening in real time over here and real time over there that they can't control. And the only thing they control what's in this box. And so if it's not on this box, they can't control it on any of the networks, and that's what's freaking them the F out.
A year or so since purchasing X, you've become more political. Is there a part of you that regrets that?
Have I?
In this battle to sort of counterweigh the woke that comes from
I guess if you consider fighting the woke mind virus, which I consider to be a civilizational threat, to be political, then yes.
You become more political. And his first thing was, have I? And I think the guy was kind of stunned when he said that, is because now we're defining level of politicalization. Now, everybody's political. You're either Democrat, Republican, Independent. You believe in this, you don't believe in that. Everybody's political. But he has a bigger platform. And so now it's become a problem because he's letting people know, I don't like this. Which is the same thing we all do. If you don't like a restaurant, what do? You post a review. The only thing that people ever post in reviews are stuff they don't like. It's very hard to get people to post reviews of stuff they do like. So this guy has basically become the ultimate movie critic. And he's willing to tell anyone that wants to listen what he thinks.
So basically going into the battleground of politics. Is there a part of you that regrets that?
Yes, I don't know if this is necessarily sort of one candidate or another candidate, but it's I'm generally against things that are anti-meritocratic or where there's an attempt to suppress discussion, where even discussing a topic is, not allowed. The woke mind virus is communism rebranded.
We could stop here if you wanted, but I got a lot more to show you. The woke mind virus is communism rebranded. If any of you took history and read stuff during the years when you were in high school or college, and you read about Marx and you read about Lenin and you read about all the other, Castro, you can take away woke mind virus and insert government control. Because at that point, they only want you to hear one thing. They took the radios away, they took the televisions away. They had one broadcast of propaganda, and that was it. And as long as you just only heard that, you were controlled. You didn't know. You didn't know what was going on in the world. And that's pretty much sizes it up right now. So then Elon decided he was going to sit down with Tucker. If you guys haven't seen the entirety of this interview, I think it's like 2 hours long. You might want to go look that up as your first thing that you look up on Twitter, on X, I mean.
Really kind of pulled out a lot of stops to help Trump. You were on stage yesterday. If he gets elected, will you continue to help him?
Yeah,
how?
Absolutely. So we've talked about kind of a government efficiency commission, or the Department of Government Efficiency, which is a funny...
what percent? Sorry, I'm just laughing.
And now you're going to find out what the government is really afraid of. If Trump gets elected, the Department of Government Efficiency. Tucker's laughing because Doge, D-O-G-E, is a crypto coin that Elon created and put out there. But now this guy who basically slashed and dashed and diced Twitter to make it become X is saying, I'm going to do that to the to the government. Well, I guess that's the same.
I love it. You managed to make it sound a little sinister, government efficiency. What percentage of Google employees did you can when you got there?
You mean Twitter?
Rather. I beg your pardon. Sorry, you just been talking about Google. Twitter.
Yeah. Well, we're about 80%.
Think about that. Let that just wash over you. This man put $44 billion down on a company and said, I got to make it more efficient. So what do? I'm just going to fire 80% of the people that work here. And we actually run it better now. So could you imagine All these people in the government, some of these people who've been lifers, thinking this guy's coming in. We just saw what he did and how he eviscerated the old Twitter. What's he going to do to government inefficiency? I told you this earlier in the video when we were listening to Trump talk, and he was coming out with all these different tax cuts. And I said, tax cuts, people complain because, how do you pay for stuff? When the reality of the situation is understanding what you're cutting. Hey, if I want to buy a new phone, and the new phone costs me, I don't have iPhone, but I have Android. The new phone costs me $2,000, but my budget says you can only spend $1,000. So I have to go to Rob and go, listen, hey, we're going to cut this out so that I can afford this. And so they don't ever want that. If you want to buy a $2,000 phone in the government, they're like, hey, we need to tax more so we can get the $2,000. Don't touch anything over here. Well, why don't we just, make them have a couple less hammers? Oh, no. We're going to have to tax you more so I can get this $2,000 hammer. And now you've got two businessmen. One, Trump, and, this guy, rocket scientist guy, who's walking in going, yeah, I think we can cut a whole lot of dead weight.
And we've actually improved the features and functionality of the site more in the past year and a half than the last, 8 years.
$44 billion, walks in, fires 80% of the staff. Y'all got to go. Don't know where you're going, but you just can't stay here. And I've improved the functionality of the site in a year and a half. Yeah, if I was in government right now, I'd be pooping my pants.
With 20% of the staff. So,
I just want to throw that out for context. So, you've talked to Trump about some kind of commission?
Which he's mentioned publicly several times. And he's very supportive of having some kind of, government efficiency commission. Can call it Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. I kind of like DOGE. It's more fun.
Can you imagine a government official, what he just said? It's more fun. Having fun fixing America. When's the last time you've ever heard somebody in the government going, we're going to have some fun?
Well, we just take a look at all the federal agencies and say, do we really need whatever it is, 428 federal agencies? Like, if there's so many that people have never even heard of, and that have overlapping areas of responsibility, we should, there are more federal agencies than there are years since the establishment of the United States, which means that we've created more than one federal agency per year on average. That seems a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. So we should have, that seems crazy. I think we should be able to get away with 99 agencies.
You have to know that sphincter started tightening up in Washington when he just said, yeah, we've got 400 agencies. I don't think we need them. I think we can get away with 99. If you do the math there, I'm pretty sure that's about 75%. 400, 100, 25%. Yeah, we're going to cut 75% of government. Oh my God. Could you imagine people in the government right now going, oh my God, what do you mean? Nearly 8 out of every 10 people are going to be gone. What am I going to do? I'm the ambassador of, whatever tiny country, Afghanistan. I have my nice little thing here. I'm doing well. What do you mean we don't need an ambassador of Afghanistan? Nope, sorry, shutting that down. You're done. We're cutting 80%, 75% of the staff of our government. Could you even imagine? Now you understanding what's freaking these people out? In addition to free speech, in addition to backing Trump, now this guy who's another businessman who's highly successful is walking in and saying, yeah, I think we can do away with 75% of our government.
I don't know. That seems a lot like a lot of agencies.
It's a lot. Yeah. 2 per state. That's a lot.
Yeah, exactly. We should have fewer agencies, and they certainly shouldn't have overlapping responsibilities. and then we need some kind of, we just need a review of regulations to say which ones are sensible and which ones are not. Because if you've got regulators every year, they're going to add more regulations, just automatic, like they just output regulations, and there's more laws and regulations every year until basically everything's legal, so we can't get anything done.
See, as you're watching this, maybe it's crossing your mind, and you're saying to yourself, he's more of a danger to the government than Trump is. And that other guy they're talking about, RFK Jr., he's even more of a threat to the government than Trump is. Trump's just putting together, as we've said, the Avengers. And he's going to sit back and go, okay, guys, you do what you do best, you do what you do best, and let me know what you need. I'll take care of this stuff over here. Can you imagine that cabinet of Elon Musk, Tulsi Gabbard, Vivek Ramaswamy, J.D. Vance as the vice president, and they're all in there going, and Trump's just got to sit back there and I'll take the arrows. I'll go out and do the press conferences. I'll do everything. Y'all start shredding. Start getting rid of these people. That's why they're after Elon Musk. I don't know if you've seen all this put together this way, but that's why they want this guy done. They need to have X destroyed. I fully believe that he is more of a threat to them than Trump. Trump's the threat because he's bringing these guys in. You see, last election, when Trump was president, they surrounded him with people who didn't know what the hell, he didn't know what the hell they were going to do. They were just lifelong bureaucrats, and hey, you can't do that, you can't do this, no, you can't do it that way. And Trump knows going in 2025, here comes the wrecking ball, and I got these guys behind me that are going to take you guys to the cleaners. That's why they're terrified of Trump, not because he's Trump, but because now he understands the game. And he's bringing in people who've got money. They can't be bought. You can't buy Elon. Think about that. Every other politician and government official right now basically can be bought. And here's a guy who plunked down $44 billion on an experiment. You think you're going to bluff him out? You think he's worried about what you're going to do? That's terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying.
But we need some kind of garbage collection for regulations that don't make sense. I think I'm saying very obvious things.
You are saying obvious things.
Yeah. So
which will be very unpopular things.
Yeah. I'll probably need, if this happens, quite a significant security team. So that
he knows. They're taking a shot at the other guy right now because I'm not there. It's not about a government official coming in. We need to eliminate him. If I were Elon, he probably has, just doesn't say it out loud, I'd start beefing up my security team right now. I'm pretty sure nobody has shown you this and tied it in together, why these people are freaking out the way they are. I mean, when you have 200 million followers, when you have more followers than the president, and you put out stuff like this, the Biden-Harris administration needs to go. When you have the ability to speak to so many people and can say, these people are trash. When was this put out? This was put out today, and it's got 22 million views. The Biden-Harris administration needs to go. It's terrifying. What else he put out? This was when Trump did the broadcast, and they did that live broadcast and had over 10 million people watching concurrently. Let me just tell you, there is no network, there is no show that can capture that many people. Once it really got done, that was concurrently. They ended up having over 1 billion viewers of that one video. He had put that out while it was going, and it kept going, and it kept going. There's no show, not even Super Bowls. You could probably take 2 or 3 of the Super Bowls, maybe 10 of them, and it didn't get the kind of viewership combined that interview with he and Trump did. And it wasn't even on screen. It was audio. And they got 1 billion views. And he just keeps going after the media. This explains the silly terminology of the leftist legacy press, where they only use the terms left and far right. From their extremely left standpoint, even centrists are far right. And he basically just put out a post that shows, different things that people are saying. Then he put this one: the Democrat Party has moved so far to the left that it has left centrists behind. 27 million views. And on and on and on. He's absolutely destroying them. And he's putting out information you don't normally see. And this is what I just said to you earlier. This is Cenk Uygur. If you don't know who Cenk Uygur is, how you say his name, he's from the Young Turks. Big lefty. Hillary Clinton just said on CNN, we lose total control if social media content is not more regulated. Exactly. She's accidentally admitting the whole point of their attack on social media. Social media can't be contained, and they're losing their grip on power. They hate it. And he's a lefty. And so now people are realizing, ooh, we see what's wrong here. We absolutely see what's wrong. You're freaking out because you don't control anything anymore. And with you not controlling anything anymore, that's one thing. But at the same time, when the stuff that you are trying to control can be charted and shown to people so people realize they're being brainwashed, that makes it even worse. It made the New York Times and Washington Post unreadable. And what this is a graph that somebody put together, and it shows you over a period of time where these words started being used. And you can see the change in frequency. I can't say some of the words on here because the people upstairs won't let me, but you can see what the words are. Nobody was talking about it. Boom. Nobody was talking about it. Boom. Nobody was talking about it. Boom. You don't think that's coordination? How did all of a sudden all this stuff just pop up? Look at this one over here. This word here, if you can see it. How all of a sudden, when it wasn't even mentioned like in history, boom. Boom. Look at that. Look at those charts. Look for yourself. They have basically thrust the woke mind virus onto every single American. It was absolutely an idea, an experiment they wanted to push. And now, some of the people who have been swarmed by it and don't realize they've been brainwashed and gaslit, they don't see it. They don't understand that it was an actual choreographed thing. Every single one of these words that are now commonplace being used throughout the media were never used before. And now you've got people out there pointing it out, which they can't handle. The media is a propaganda network, all of them together. We can see the data now. We see how they're working in collusion to basically bend the minds of Americans. And now we have someone who has a network who's allowing you to see it. This chart, which Elon Musk pushed out to 200 million people, you won't see this on the news. There's not a single newscast that will show this information to you. Surprised if they continue to let me show it to you. How did that happen? How were there flat lines and then all of a sudden a spike? Collectively, all at the same time. You notice there's different colors to that. So Washington Post, New York Times, everybody at the same time said, let's start talking about this. And people didn't realize that they were being brainwashed. And now everyone's telling you, hey, wake up, wake up. You're being led around by your nose ring or the back of your hair bun. You've been gaslit. You've been brainwashed, and you're doing it. You're just walking like a zombie, not understanding every bit of information that they don't want you to see. Shows this has all happened in the last couple of years. Wasn't like this. when Trump talks, and you know he talks, when Trump talks and says, when was America great? Well, I could probably look at this chart and tell you when America was great. When everybody wasn't being programmed. Every single American has now been subject to this network-wide programming system, and thankfully there's a certain amount of us who are just like, y'all crazy. Y'all absolutely nuts. So I'm going to ask you, I'm going to take a few comments here and pause. Did you guys ever know that? I mean, you probably felt it. You probably said, something's weird, man. All of a sudden, we're all bad people. I used to listen to Merle Haggard. Now I can't listen to Merle Haggard because they said if I do, it means that, I'm a drunk and I'm, it's different names. Well, I can't watch Benny Hill because it's offensive. And I can't turn on this show because, it's offensive. Do you realize now we've been programmed? Do you realize now how much they have done to gaslight you and brainwash you? And thankfully, most of you, if not all of you, have resisted it. And the last part of that resistance is to stop you from seeing the truth. There's only a few places where we can see the truth right now. Yeah, no idea. Oh, wow. Jacob said no idea. Yeah, all that stuff came from somewhere. Those of you who are my age, there weren't Transformers doing shows in kindergarten classes. It just happened. My dad was in the Army. There wasn't Transformers hanging out in trench in the holes, foxholes. Nope, just happened. How did it all happen? The government put a psyop on. You know what I'm saying. It didn't happen by accident. All of a sudden, there wasn't like a gazillion people in the population that all of a sudden wanted to do X, Y, and Z. Now there is. Now there is. Wow. Yeah, those charts are truly astounding. Let me put it up again so you guys can see that, because, a lot of people probably have never seen this stuff. And when you look at it, in the graph that it is, and realize that, yeah, we've been duped pretty bad. Every single one of those words, and there's probably dozens more, were never basically used before. And then all of a sudden, every single one of them spiked. All about the same time. How did that happen? When you look at enough data and you look at the correspondence of data, it's very easy for you to see. I mean, those of you who are in the medical profession, you understand. Hey, listen, Barry, you got to lose some weight because you can't keep eating muffins. Why? Because if you keep eating muffins, something could happen. Why are you telling me that? Well, see this chart here? Oh, I see. Oh, Barry, you've been off the muffins for about 6 to 8 months. Look at your chart now. Oh, I see. So my blood was being influenced by what I was consuming. Now you get it. So what else I need to do? Oh, you stop eating bread. Oh, was it really that easy? I just have to stop eating it and I'm okay? Yeah, that's all you got to do. But they're force-feeding this crap down people's throats. They're force-feeding this down every single person, every single network. Do you realize how big the, how can I say this, alternative lifestyle population is? Yeah, maybe 6-7%. Do you understand how big the transformer population is? Probably less than 1%. Then how the hell is it one of the most talked about things ever? Why is it, if it's only this many people, how come it's spiked to like one of the top talked about things ever? Because you've been had. I've been had. Your friends, your family have all been had. It's all made up. It's totally made up. It is the definition. What year did the spike? Okay, people are asking what year did the spike occur? And basically the spike occurred at 2000. Hold on, let me get it. Okay, down here. It's down here in the footage. The percentage in 2019. The chart runs from 2010 to 2019. So the far left of this chart is 2010. The far right of this these charts is 2019. What happened, late 2019? Beginning into 2020? Was there an election? Pretty sure there was an election. All this was coordinated to force America into thinking that this stuff really mattered. 2010 on the left, 2019 on the right. And actually, looking at the graph from the bottom, all the way to the left is 1970. So the far left is 1970, and the spikes began happening in 2019. So how were we able to survive? I mean, I guess you could say before 1970. How were we able to survive for, I don't know, hundreds of years until 2019? And then all of a sudden, we all became racist, homophobic, xenophobic, all the words that Hillary said, the one who says she wants to control things. Just at that moment, the entirety of the country just woke up and said, you're all this, that, and this, and this. You're all that, maggots. You existed for a couple hundred years, 1970. Nothing. Nothing until 2019. How could that be? And now you know why they need to get rid of Elon Musk. It screws up the entirety of everything they've tried to do. And then you have to think, well, what happened a little bit after that? He bought Twitter. He turned it into X. And all that work they've been doing to tell you're xenophobic, homophobic, transphobic, phobic, is now, hey, wait a second. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. In fact, I'm the same guy I was before. Now you just pissed me off even more because you keep telling me I'm all these things when I know I'm not. And then you're telling me I can't even talk about these things. See, that's even worse. Not only am I going to call you all this stuff, I'm not even going to allow you to discuss it anywhere. Because now if somebody decides they want to call you something phobe, and if you decide, no, I'm not, you're just a so-and-so, oh, you're transphobic. You got to go. Gone. That's how it was working. Those of you who got booted off Twitter, you know I'm telling the truth. Now you know why. They created a language that was offensive and used that language to get rid of people who didn't believe what they believed. And you can actually see the chart right now. And so here comes Trump, 2016, goes, well, hey, what's going on here, man? This doesn't seem right. We got to fix this. And he gets in there, and from the day one, they start investigating Russia. Oh, my God, Russia. Oh, yeah, PP tapes, all kinds of stuff. Oh, insurrection. Anything they could do to silence him. And now he's winning again? They thought he was gone. Now he's winning again, and he's got this guy backing him? They can't have that.
Because someone might literally go postal on me from the post office.
But in the meantime, you've got America PAC.
Yeah.
That is encouraging voting for the next month. Am I summarizing correctly?
Yeah. I formed America PAC really to support core values that I believe in, which are, I think, again, very obvious centrist positions, which is like...
Can you imagine that? Creating something based upon what you believe in? That's bad, right? Yeah.
We, in America, I think we want safe cities, secure borders, sensible spending.
What's this we stuff, Tonto? Libs don't want that. So, again, you're making yourself the enemy of the left.
Tell me where I'm going far right here. We want to have the right to self-protection. We should respect the Constitution.
Stop me. I'll look in the comments if anything he has said sounds outlandishly phobic or something. Just let me know.
And not try to break the Constitution. It's there for a reason. we should stop lawfare. And I kind of listed these out. These are all listed on the America PAC website. People can go look at the America PAC website. It's the americapac.org, and see if there's anything I disagree with, or where perhaps we should modify these goals. But I think these are good goals to have. They were certainly part of the and right to free speech. First Amendment.
And this sounds just too radical. I don't know if I can even take what this guy's saying. He's clearly, exophobic, xenophobic, exophobic. Everything he's saying is basically common sense stuff. Back before we used to have common sense. I will be the first to admit it. I have an interracial marriage. Been married 30 years. 30 plus years at this point. Don't hit me. Never had any problem. This is my second marriage. My first marriage didn't last as long, but guess what? That was an interracial marriage. So if you take the collective of time that I've been married, 32, 33 years, you take all that together to two different white women, you could probably count on your hand the number of times we have had somebody say something nasty to us racially. And out of those times that you could count that somebody said something to us nasty racially, more than half of those were black people. In fact, I can't even remember a white person or Asian person or whatever ever saying anything nasty to me because I had a white wife. However, I have heard other black people say something nasty to me, which happened to be a couple black women. So where's all this that's happened, and the George Floyd-y stuff and crazy enough? What are you talking about? Been black my entire life. Dated white women in college. Played on a football team. White kids were on the team. Went to a prep school. Prep school maybe had 20 black kids in it. What the hell are you talking about? I told you about my father. Came from Jamaica. Got bankrolled by a Jewish guy. Only since 2019 or so has everything gone off the rails. It has been purposely instituted upon Americans. And it's not going to work anymore as long as X is able to let people talk to other people.
If we don't have free speech, we don't have democracy, because people cannot make an informed vote. So those are my controversial views. And look, I don't think either party. I don't think the Republicans are perfect. I don't think, obviously, right now I'm more Republican than Democrat, but it's not like I think the Republican Party is perfect or is without issues. But we've got a choice between two candidates, and I think on balance, it's a no-brainer to vote for Trump.
Will that ever come out, do you think?
All right. So now you got to hold on to your hat. And I had to be very judicious in some editing here, because they're talking about Trump coming back with Elon Musk and RFK Jr., some people who are beyond reproach that they can't buy or piss off to the point where they're scared. And this is probably one of the biggest things they're terrified about. So when you hear the audio go blank, I need you to fill in. They're going to be talking about that guy who had that island, winky wink. You understand what I'm talking about? Listen to this.
I think part of why Kamala is getting so much support is that if Trump wins, that list is going to become public.
Yes.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
If he loses, man, what?
Okay, did you catch that? So how would Elon Musk know this? Well, he's obviously had discussions with Trump and other people that one of their first point of orders is to drop this list. That's all I can say about that list, because people would freak the F out if I even said the word. But that list, where that woman who's supposedly sitting in jail because she did something with no other co-conspirators and no people who actually procured anything, that list that's been kept under lock and key is going to come out. And when that list comes out, where do you think it's coming out at? It's not going to be on CNN. It's not going to be on ABC, CBS, NBC. It ain't going to be on Fox. It's going to be on X. So in order to not let that happen, we need to take out Trump, because if Trump gets in, he's bringing this guy in. Every bit of information. I don't know if you heard about the guy they arrested in Oklahoma that had planned on disrupting the election and creating some sort of, can't say those two words either, but boom boom. Then they keep finding out all these people, for some reason, have ties to the alphabet, if you know what I mean. That's why I'm opening the membership on X on Monday, because I hate having to have you fill in when I say things like that. So if they're all known to these alphabet agencies and everybody knows who they are, but then something happens. Oh yeah, we knew about him. Well, you know, they've been tracking phone records and seeing guys visiting. You get the picture. And now this list that for some reason has never been revealed. The information about JFK that has never been revealed. All the harassment settlements from Congress that has never been revealed. Diddy, never been revealed. And now they're seeing that this guy, Trump, is so pissed off coming in, you tried to kill him, and he's going to be tied in with RFK Jr., whose uncle you took out. And Elon Musk has the ability for, you don't need any television, guys. We don't care. Let's just put it out there. I got 200 million followers. What do you got, Don? I got 90. All right, let's put it out there. See what happens. Let's let everybody else share it, consume it, and share it. And the government can't stop it. The only thing they could do is do something where, you know, people don't have any internet. But, oh, this guy's got Starlink. Don't think for an instance he's not got some plans for some master Starlink satellite. Something that he could shoot up into the space and it would be something that everybody could log into. Don't for an instant think they're not designing something like that, because they know what these people are capable of. They can't have information disposed of and disseminated to people like you and me. They can't have it. It would literally mean the end of probably both political parties, which is why you're seeing so many Republicans, they don't want to talk about it either. Everybody thinks it's just one group of people that went to that island or took this money or did that. Wait till they start telling you who took this money, that money, this money, that money, visited here, did what. Now you know why they needed to put a bullet in him. And when he wins, all this stuff comes out. So Elon and Tucker have a little bit of a joke here. And I want you to listen to what he says when he's telling this joke and how they rib each other, because I think it's very important that you hear what they say about this joke. And when you realize, as you're listening to this, one thing I want you to remember is that this guy spent $44 billion. Then I'm going to come back and tie it in.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
If he loses, man, what?
If he loses,
It does seem that way. You can't just be like,
I'm like, how long do you think my prison sentence is going to be? Do you think? Will I see my children? I don't know.
Because it's not like you can say, well, yeah, I maxed out to him, but, I get...
I have no plausible deniability. No, and I've been trashing Kamala nonstop.
Oh, I know!
So, Mark, I want to ask you a question. Be honest with me. You can answer it here in the chat. Think about what you have in your bank account. And this guy, has $44 billion, not in his bank account. He spent, I don't even know what he's got left. He spent $44 billion to buy what was Twitter. Tucker is asking him a question, and he jokes about it. He laughs. Yeah, if he doesn't win, I'm screwed. How would you be feeling right now if you thought your investment was at risk? Would you be laughing about it? I doubt it. I know if I bought something and I saw the ticker on it going zip, I'd be freaking out. Sell, do something. This guy's sitting back with a coffee cup talking to Tucker and laughing. Why is he laughing? Why is he laughing? If you had everything you had in your bank account riding on Trump winning, and if he didn't win, they're coming for you, why would you be laughing? Because it's a good bet. That's the only way you could sit there and joke about $44 billion and sit back and go, yeah, I guess if he loses, I'd be in big trouble, right? Yeah. I already know he ain't losing. I already know my bet's good. I already know because I've seen the real numbers where I'm not even worried about it. That is the only way you'd be sitting back with your legs crossed laughing about a $44 billion. And never mind just the $44 billion. Like he said, oh yeah, they're going to put me in jail. Yeah, crazy kids there. You guys just saw, you remember that Richard Pryor thing when he talked about the Mafuchis? Oh, that crazy kid there. Listen to him, put me in jail. They know. They already know. You just don't know. But he knows. Otherwise, it would be a completely different conversation. Hey, Tucker, I've been sweating this. I've been really concerned. I'm not really sure. $44 billion. Oh, they're going to arrest me. I'm not going to see my kids. That's confidence. That's swagger. That's FU money. That's FU confidence. They know. And so wrapping up here, I've got Patrick Beck-David. I don't know if you guys know him, but he runs a site called Valuetainment. And he's talking about Mark Cuban being a shill for Kamala Harris. So I want you to hear what he thinks about about Mark Cuban.
Cuban says he wants to be the head of SEC, and he says he wants to do it because he doesn't like Gary Gensler, because he's a horrible guy with crypto. But there's got to be a bigger reason than why he wants to be the head of SEC, because when he's being interviewed on Neil Cavuto, and he says, what job do you want? The way he smiles when he says head of SEC, first time, and the second time he does it with a smile, he almost said it as if he's trying to seek vengeance on somebody. Now, who would he want to seek vengeance on? It's not like there isn't a guy a couple weeks ago that didn't show up to his meeting with SEC. A guy by the name of Elon Musk. Oh, maybe since he can't beat him because Elon is so far ahead, the way he beats him is by regulating him. So, Mark, I got a question for you. You love the book Atlas Shrugged, don't you?
Have you guys read Atlas Shrugged? And if you haven't read the book Atlas Shrugged, have you watched the movie Atlas Shrugged? I often give you homework. There's some homework. There's some homework for you. Go watch Atlas Shrugged.
You remember the antagonist? The way you beat and Elon Musk is to go out there and overregulate him and make his life a living hell? Is that who's now your hero? Not John Galt?
John Galt is the main figure. Well, I'm not going to blow up for you. Go watch Atlas Shrugged.
Not Taggart? No longer is the antagonist that you want to be to an Elon? Wow, what changed? What changed in the last 8 years? I don't know. Did Trump offer you a job that he never gave you? I don't know.
It's personal.
Did that lawsuit of the DEI that you had with Dallas, Mavericks, and the person you had to hire as a replacement because they were really coming after you, and that's when you really became the face of DEI. And yes.
Did you guys know that? Did you know that Mark Cuban got sued by the Alphabet people because he wasn't, wasn't following along with DEI rules?
ESG and all this stuff is a really good thing. Maybe not ESG because that was more Fink and BlackRock, but more DEI. I think you were the proud face, proponent, promoter of it. But sometimes it's just very simple. If you can't beat somebody, try to regulate them. Try to be the David Stern. Try to be...
David Stern was the old commissioner of the NBA. So
that guy to Elon Musk, because he just crushes everybody that he's going up against. And maybe that upsets you a little bit. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe it's just as simple as that. Who knows? What do you guys think?
It happened to one of my...
Exactly. When you can't beat somebody, you try to use the different things that you can to overcome them. So, how does this all tie in? This all ties in with this last 2-minute piece. And then we're going to take some more comments, and then we're going to dig into X a little bit for those of you guys who want to stay. But this goes with that chart I showed you. Remember that chart. I just want you to remember this chart, because this chart here is going to be the tie-in to what you just heard Patrick Bet David talk about, the DEI stuff, that Mark Cuban got himself in trouble, which is more information that's going to get released. And it also ties into right now what he's going to be talking about. And as Elon talks here, you're going to see a man in pain. I think many of you have seen this before. But there's a reason why X is not called Twitter anymore. There's a reason why it's called X. He didn't do it for any way it looked or anything like that. X was the name of his son. Notice I said was.
My older boys, where I was essentially tricked into signing documents for one of my older boys, Xavier. This is before I had really any understanding of what was going on, and we had COVID going on, and so there was a lot of confusion. I was told, Xavier might commit suicide if he did.
That was a lie right from the outset.
Incredibly evil. And I agree with you that people that have been promoting this should go to prison.
That's
so I was tricked into doing this, it wasn't explained to me that puberty blockers are actually just sterilization drugs. And so I lost my son essentially. They call it dead naming for a reason.
Yeah.
All right, so the reason it's called dead naming is because your son is dead. So my son Xavier is dead, killed by the woke mind virus.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that would be like.
So Jordan Peterson is the guy who's interviewing him, and Jordan Peterson continues with the interview. And he's talking to Elon, and as you can see, as Elon related that story about his son, he looks away. He looks down, away from Jordan Peterson, and he's thinking about something. And Jordan Peterson is talking, and you can tell he's not even listening to a word that Jordan Peterson is saying, because he's composing himself. And the essence of who this guy is about to come out, and it's about to basically close the sphincter of every libnut on the planet. The power in this statement that he's about to make, those of you who haven't seen it, you're going to go, oh shit. Here comes that oh shit moment.
Yeah. So...
and there's lots of people in that situation now.
Right.
It's not pretty. And lots of demolished kids.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's a good reason to be the final straw. All right, so let's.
So I vowed to destroy the woke mind virus after that.
So I just want you to see something. That chart right there that you saw happened in 2019 is the woke mind virus personified. You are looking at the woke mind virus. And this man, with all clarity and conviction, just said, I have vowed to destroy the woke mind virus. And so why is that important? I'll let him finish here because he talks about what he... I'll just let him finish. Look at his eyes.
And we're making some progress.
Join the club.
Yeah.
So I want you to put everything you've seen in the last hour and a half together. You're seeing Hillary and the left screaming about him joining with Trump to align and basically further free speech, to guard free speech. And they talked, over the last hour and a half, you heard him talk about different things. You heard them talk about basically combating the control that the Democrats want to have, the control that the WEF wants to have over America, the control that they've exerted with that chart and making people think that this is what's happened to America over time when it was completely manufactured, to the point where this man put up $44 billion and bought that network solely for the purpose, as he said, to destroy the woke mind virus. $44 billion to destroy everything they've been working on for the last couple years. That they had it cemented. There was nothing you can do about it. We are going to just keep pushing this with the media, and now he's rendered the media irrelevant completely because people are getting their news quicker and faster and more substantive on X. And all of this, and I'm sure he sat down with Trump when they had their first meeting. I'm sure when he sat down with Trump, he said, you know what? F it. Let's do this. And I'm sure RFK Jr., when he met with Elon and Trump and said, here's what we need to do. I'm sure RFK Jr. said, y'all do it, but let's do it. Let's expose it all. Let's go completely von Clausewitz. Let's burn the entire diseased temple down to the ground. And that's why they're freaking out. That's the biggest reason why the media and the government hate Elon Musk. Why they have to do as much as they did with Trump to stop it. And Elon Musk has a very quick refrain to all these people who tried to doubt him, to try to extort him. What happens when you're above being bought? Well, you're like Trump. And Elon is exactly the same, even richer. Here's what he had to say about people trying to influence him and trying to control him, abuse him, bribe him.
Go f*** yourself. But go f*** yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is.
Is it clear? It's clear to you? Clear to you? Yeah, clear. It's clear. This is why they have to shut him down. This is why they have to make sure that, well, they tried to make sure that Trump wouldn't take office. It's not just Trump. It's not just Trump whatsoever. It is this. Everything that this government has worked to do over the last 5-6 years is being torn down in front of them, and they can't do anything about it. Nothing. I understand now you're getting to, desperate people do desperate things, but they rode the wrong horse. Kamala, she ain't gonna make it. Nope, can't do it. Are they beyond cheating? Nope, they'll try, but it's not going to work. There's too much going against them. I mean, I showed a bunch of you guys earlier the poly market numbers. In the poly market, they're probably trying to influence it. Yeah, see, earlier, let me see if I can show this. Earlier it was 56, and now it's 55.42. It was up 13 points earlier, but people are putting money into it to try and make it look better. They're going to try anything and everything. So, how do you combat that? You combat that by not complying. Do not comply. And instead of not just not complying, doing something about it. So I'm not getting anything out of it. But I'm just telling you, right now, your best thing to do would be to get on X and spread the message far and wide, and just be an algorithm hound. You don't have to be a bot. I'm not saying confront people. I'm not saying be nasty to anybody. You don't have to do that. You just be that army that combats their army and start talking about it. Go to Kamala's stuff and say this is stupid. Do everything you need to do so that real people can see that real other people aren't going to take it anymore. We're no longer silent. The silent majority is no longer a silent majority. It is a loud, screaming, vocal, pissed off majority. That's what you need to be at this point. Completely pissed off, as I've said many times, and you're not going to take it anymore. Because that's what it's going to take to turn this country around. Not just Trump, not just Elon, not just RFK Jr., but all of us, which is the reason why I started this channel, and I keep pushing and pushing, even though they're trying to suppress me, even though they're trying to do things that, make sure I don't get as many views as I used to. I can see the numbers. I know exactly what's going on. I don't care. And so Monday we're going to start our membership stuff over on X. I keep calling it Twitter. And you're going to see a different Barry over there. How do I join X? Okay, so those of you who, that's the end of the show part of things. So what I decided I was going to do today was show people how to use X. Do a little brief, what can I say? Little brief tutorial and start with it there. All right, so when you click on X, if you don't have an account, it's going to say sign up. And when you sign up, whether it's on the app, and those of you who don't want to stick around for this, you can clearly decide to leave. Thank you for watching. I promised everybody else that I would show them a little bit about X. You guys still want me to go ahead and show you this stuff? Because I'll do it. So if I see a major drop, you know what? I don't care. I'm just going to go ahead and do it for anybody who wants to stay. Unless you'd like me to do a separate tutorial on this. But it's pretty simple, very simple. So you got to sign up. And they're going to ask you to put your phone name, your email, and stuff like that. Then you're going to pick a name. All right, so let's assume you've signed up, got your account, and you want to pick a name. So basically, I'm going to have to go over here. And I'll probably have to go to a different screen because I need to show my stuff. So if I show my stuff, then I have to probably do it like this so I can show the screen. Will it still work if I do it this way? Yes. All right, just talking to myself, trying to figure out how to best make this look. All right, so, yep, that's me. All right, so this is my page. You can see my mug up here. And when you go on the left here, which you can't see right now, but is, let me do it this way. Hold on. Let me make it smaller so I can show everybody everything. All right, so when you're on X, there you go. Everybody can see it. X is right here, and if you click the X, it brings you to your home. So I'm on the home screen right now, and this is home again. Then down here is your search button, which I'll go over in a second. This is your notifications. This is if you want to send somebody a direct message. This is Grok, the AI tool. You have to pay for that, so if you're not paying, don't worry about that. This is X Premium, but if you're not paying, you're not going to see that. This is your bookmarks. Okay, bookmarks are very important. let me show you. Let me start with bookmarks. All right, here's Donald Trump, and Donald Trump put out a post an hour ago. So in the last hour, he's gotten 1.4 million people have viewed this post. Let's say I don't have time. I've got to go out with Robin. We're not really sure. We're going to go to dinner or something, but I don't want to miss this post. The reason to bookmark it is because Twitter is so much. The lifespan of an X post is about 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, you're not going to see it again. It's gone. It goes too fast. So down here, let's say I want to save this. I'm going to click this little button right here, and it says bookmark. And it's going to bookmark it to a folder. So it's in a folder right now that I've already predetermined where to go. This here is Colin Rugg talking about, he posted something about Barack Obama. Chances are you're not going to see this on television, and he put it up an hour ago. Let's continue. So what you're seeing right now is my algorithm, meaning the stuff and people I normally follow are posting stories. This one is 1 minute ago. This is 1 minute ago where somebody spliced an interview with Tim Walz, and you know he puts in what he wants to say. This is 4 hours from Tim Young, and he's talking about how few people actually no, Howard Stern disabled comments. He was getting slaughtered. This one's Trump, and notice the timing, 4 hours. Some of this stuff is older because these are people that I have looked to follow. And Benny Johnson, who most of you know, he's out on a stump, and Benny cut a piece of a video that Barack Obama said, and he just posted. So what he did here, you can see you can see below here, it says MAGA War Room. So with the MAGA War Room, Benny went to their page, and he basically referred that video. So if you're on mobile, not to get too in the weeds, you can basically click a button that says repost. These buttons under the post, you got comments, you got repost, you got like, and that tells you how many people have seen it. So you could click like, so I've liked it, and you can comment or repost it. If you have a small profile, it doesn't really matter too much to reposting. However, what I would concentrate on, if you guys are new, is I would just go ahead and comment here. And that's literally all you have to do. Great post, Benny. Type whatever you want and then hit reply at the bottom there, and it would show up right there. Here, let me go. Great post. I'll just put it, great post. And if I do the @ symbol and put Benny, then it's going to populate specifically to him. And now I just hit reply, and this will go away. At the bottom here, I can put something italics, bold. I can schedule this for later. And so if I wanted to schedule this for later, it would tell me, let's see, when do I want to post this? Today's the 10th, so I'm going to pick the 10th, and I'm going to do it at 9:15. And that way I can do all this stuff, and I can have multiple posts scheduled to go out. Boom, done. How long did that take me? 30 seconds? 30 seconds to reply to Benny. This one's from Chuck Galesto. Chuck's another guy that really like his stuff, and he's got a video here that he put in from Donald Trump. And then from here, I can do the same thing. I can repost it, I can comment it, I can like it, just like that. Boom, I like it, which helps give him juice as well. So everything you're seeing right now, you can actually begin. People are surprised that the Dolphins locker room are Trump supporters. Yeah, they're surprised. Boom, you could comment right there. I'm so happy the Dolphins have a team where people they're patriots. You can just comment. Again, you don't have to. And if you want to check out who the person is, I knew. Hold on. Okay, hold on. You can just hover over their name, and it tells you how many followers somebody has and what they're all about. So, is this Robin or Ashley? Which one? Both of them. Ashley, no, that was Robin. A lot of people want to know how to do it on their devices, not laptops. Just saying. Oh, and she said a lot of people are saying slow down. I'm sorry. If it's on your device, let me just show you. It's pretty much exactly the same thing. It mirrors what you're seeing. And so if you look at, hold on, look at the bottom of the post I'm going to have to put it in close here. If you look at the bottom of the post, it's not showing up right. But you see the same stuff. You see the heart and you'll see the quote. And so all you have to do, it's the same thing. There's really no difference. These icons that you see, the comment, the repost, and the heart are on right below the post on your mobile device as well. It's not different. It's exactly the. Let me see if I can blow it up. Hold on. Let me take a screenshot, and then when I can take the screenshot, I can blow it up. 1 second. Yeah. Okay. Now you can see it. Hopefully you can see at the bottom of the post above, you can see the comment bubble, you can see the repost sign, and you can see the heart, so you can like it as well. So every did you see that? Okay, this way. Okay, you can see the same thing are on the bottom of the post, or the same icon. So it's pretty much the same as it is on the desktop, laptop, iPad. It's all pretty much the same. So that's how you comment and like on a post. So if you want to make a post of your own, okay, so if I was going to make a post on my own, see here what is happening at the very top of the screen. Once I click in here, I can now begin typing. So I can say, feeling blessed getting through the hurricane. All right, so I just typed that. Feeling blessed getting through the hurricane. So now here's something that's very interesting. I don't have any content with that. So I can go into here. If I wanted to, I could click here and post a picture. And all the pictures on your computer will begin. You can just rifle through them. Or if you just wanted to post a GIF, you click here, and I can put this is really easy. American hurricane, and different things will pop up. And I'm a Florida man, so I'm gonna put that. So look, that's how easy it is for me to basically put in something. And if you wanted to see what this GIF looks like, it's this guy standing in the street going, ah. And now I just click the button post. And done. It really, really is that easy. If you had a picture, you can include a picture. Same thing on your phone. If you want to do a video, you can do a video. I mean, it really is that easy. You want to see how easy it is? Watch this. This is going to be right now. Okay, so I'm going to go to that post that I just posted. I can delete it afterwards, but I'm going to post right in here. I clicked the comment button, and then the field opens up. And then I'm going to click on the image, and a camera shows up. And then I'm going to click on video, and my video camera shows up. All right, so now I'm doing something advanced here. And I'm literally going to say, okay, where's my camera? Hey, right now I'm live in my show on YouTube, but I'm showing people how to use Twitter and how easy it is to post a video of them talking, or if they wanted to take a video of something that they were looking at, it's a dog in a yard or whatever. So this, I'm going to delete this, but I just wanted to get it up right now. Hey, right now I'm live. And so now, watch what happens. I just posted it, right? Now on my post, because I have a decent sized following, I already have 6 comments. But actually another one's going to show up in a second here, because that video of me is going to show up live. I got to go back to my profile, and there's a hurricane. Okay, now watch this. My video should be there in a second. It's not there yet. It's still rendering. But in a second, that video, oh, there it is. All right, so let me go back here. And there's my big head. I just created content. It's literally that simple. You're looking on my same post, and I commented to my own post, and there's the video sitting right there. That's how easy it is, people. You don't need a studio. You're walking around with the studio. You have everything you need right here to be a force online. Now, before I continue, let me go ahead and shrink this and see if I, Robin, any comments here. Okay, let's see. Very nicely done for us old people. Yeah, that's no problem. Barry, can you do a video on how to turn on a computer? It's easy to get on. Just follow the instructions. If something isn't right, it will be highlighted. Absolutely. It's very, very simple. Barry goes live. I'm literally looking at it right now. Be the media. Literally. Is he in here? Here, watch this. Let me show you something. I'm going to show you this. You're going to laugh at this one. Okay, so I'm going to post this and say, okay, there's my little dog. He's taking a nap. Now he's looking at me because I'm making noise at him. All right, I'm sorry to wake you up, dude. Sorry. Forgive me. Please forgive me. So I just took a quick video of the dog. You heard what I said. Now, if I go into my phone and go share and put X post and watch this. Boom. Just posted it. So in a couple seconds, that's going to show up and it'll be a new post, not a reply. There's a difference between a reply. See, this was my post. Sorry, my bad. This was my post. That was the reply to the post. And I got 18 comments already from people who just saw that. So now if I go back to my profile and I look for the video I just put up, and it'll take a second. By the way, did you see this crazy thing from? While we're waiting for that, this is Gretchen Whitmer. Have you seen this? Have you seen that? How disgusting is that? They're making fun of communion. She thought that was pretty cool. What a moron. Any event, let me refresh and see if the video has showed up. It usually takes a couple of minutes for it to show up. And boom, there's the video I just took. Right there. That's him sleeping, wondering why I'm bothering him in this office here. I'm trying to get my nod on, Dad. Leave me alone. It literally is that easy. Anybody can do it. Anybody can make content and get out there and talk to people. Gritmer, thank you, Barry. My problem is always creating a sign in to all the different sites. I just never sign in. I just leave it. Why sign in? Just leave it. Logged in. Doesn't matter. Doesn't hurt anything. Nobody's going to really steal anything. Yeah, making fun of communion is disgusting. Absolutely. Let's see what else is here. He's cute. Jane, see you later. Never saw that. Give me something to eat. What else you got? How do I remove suggestions on X? Okay, hold on. How do I remove suggestions on X? Not interested in CNN. All right, so that's a little bit more advanced. Okay, so what you have to do when that happens, and let me get to it. Hold on. You have to go to, depending on what kind of device you're on. That's a little bit advanced here. Okay, so you have to go down on your left-hand side here, or if you've got it wide open, you click on a button that says Settings and Privacy, and it's down further than I can show you. But there's a button that says Settings and Privacy, and then when that comes up, it comes up to some different things: your account, monetization, premium, subscription, security, blah 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 blah. And then inside of one of these, I forget where is it. Ads, info, cookie. They keep it kind of hidden, but you have to find. Let me just do this. Let me put this off screen so I don't show anything I'm not supposed to show. I've done it before. Okay, here we go. All right, so when you're in your dashboard, go into privacy and safety. This one here. You click privacy and safety, and it says content you see, your post, audience, media, and tagging, direct messages, who can discoverability, blah, blah, all these different things. And you can monitor your own preferences. Unfortunately, when you sign in here, you can either protect your videos or different things like that, but I wouldn't really mess with that. Let's see here, content you see, right here. All right, so you see where I went there? Your content you see is where you change your interest. You click there, and it's topics, interest, search settings, explore settings. The interest in here, what they're going to do is basically populate this based upon different profiles you have viewed. Like these are investment things, Amazon, these are stock, here's AMC Theater, if I've looked up a movie, Aaron Rodgers, Adam Schefter, advertising, Alabama Crimson Tide, blah, 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 all these different things. So if I didn't want to see any more content from that, you just uncheck it. That's it. And then you won't see it. But unfortunately, here's what's going to happen. If you're at all exploring things, again, this is algorithm based, you're going to get a literal cornucopia of stuff in here. And then, I haven't been on Baker Mayfield's site, but because I was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, then it's going to show up because he's the quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So you just have to know, and then it's a work in progress. You have to train it. You have to train the algorithm to say, hey, I'm not really interested in seeing this or seeing that, and just keep unchecking until you get it the way you want. Let's see, I'll work on getting set up because of my encouragement. And see, the thing with it, and I understand, Mark, like you said, if you're not interested, that's fine. It's not everybody's cup of tea. But if you want news as news comes in, instead of having it fed to you, you can, let me show you something. This might really interest some people. I just want to show you. Right now you're watching a video from me that was basically, I timed it according to the show I was going to run, which was at 7 o'clock. This is something that's going to be of interest to you. You go in here. I know a lot of you are used to searching on Google. But see, Google's going to tell you what you should hear, what you should see. So let's say I went up here into search and I typed in, Candace Owens. What are people saying about Candace Owens right now? And I'm sure there's going to be a whole lot of stuff. And that's all I got to do. Boom. I can do it by the top, which are people with larger followings. I can go the latest and, media if I just want to see videos. But here is the guys, the Carter family, and they're talking about something about Candace Owens. And there's Buckeye Nation about Candace Owens getting a $400 million deal with CBS. By the way, CBS, I know you've been screwing up lately, but if you need somebody, I would gladly take not even $40 million. I would probably take $5 million. So, have my people call CBS and hook me up, please. Okay, do that. More stuff about Candace Owens. Candace Owens about to go wild talking about the, different things that she talks about. There's Candace Owens videos. So, I'm going to tell you right now that 90% of you people have never seen any of this. So when someone says, I'm not interested, that tells me either they may be somewhat apprehensive because it's new for them, and they prefer taking, how can I say this, the easy way? Just have me talk or somebody talk. That's fine. That's fine. But for the rest of you who want to see what people are saying, look at this, all the way back to March, different things. This one's 38 minutes ago when Candace Owens went on the Breakfast Club. This is Candace. It's just, you will never see this stuff on the news. And so it's up to you to discern what could be and could be right and what could be wrong. But you're going to see, there's Candace talking about Kamala Harris's real grandmother. Not going to see that on the news. Not going to see it. This is Candace Owens back in July when she talked about Kamala Harris cheated in the 2020 election. Definitely not going to see that. Definitely not going to see. Here's Candace Owens with George talking about, she obliterated her for 8 minutes on this video. All I'm saying is 90% of that iceberg that is called news, you don't see on television. You see the little bit that's sticking above the water called the mainstream media. All the stuff below the water, story after story, everything you want to... Man, here, you want to freak out? Let me do this. I put in Diddy. And if you want to see all the stuff going on about Diddy, it's all right here. Have you seen that video? I can't show it here. They get mad at me. They get mad at me. Or you can just put Trump. And then all kinds of stuff. This is what Libs... You want to kick. You follow Libs of TikTok. Libs of TikTok. She's a riot with stuff that she finds. I can't even show you the... She is so in depth with the content that she puts out. I can't even show you the content. And I'm telling you because she's been banned everywhere. Everywhere. Or someone else who's been banned everywhere. Which you will never see on the news. So I could click on her name. You guys recognize it, and you can see all of her content. Look, so this came out a little while ago, 21 minutes ago. Some top House Democrats won't commit to certifying a Trump victory. Might be a story you want to hear. You might want to know what people are saying about it. Laura Loomer actually created a video about it. She's posting. Democrats are, that word. That was 4 minutes ago. You're not going to see that on the news. You got to dig. You got to look, follow the right people, understand who it is that you want to hear from, and go ahead and type in their name. It works. And then you can further it. So right here, want to see something? I could never, ever post this on this channel. However, all I would have to do is click here and put quote. I can put great find by Laura Loomer. Why do I do it that way, Barry? Because possibly, maybe, if she sees that, she might respond to me. And that's how you get to talk to somebody. Boom. And I just hit post, and it's out there. Gone. That's all it took me. Literally 5 seconds. And now every single person who follows me, well, not every, but most of the people who follow me now have the opportunity to see that content that they may not have seen. She just posted it. She posted it 4 minutes ago. So 4 minutes, just look at this. 4 minutes ago, she posted that. So I'm pretty sure most of the people who follow me have not seen that. So what did I just do? I just said, oh, this is a good story. Y'all need to check this out. It's that simple. That was exactly the example I wanted to show you. A piece of news came out. Ain't going to be covered by the mainstream news. It just came out 4 minutes ago. Tell me if you're going to see it. I'll tell you what. We're going to get together tomorrow for Trump rallies. I'm going to cut this right now. You tell me if you see that story on any of the mainstream news channels. But it is now being posted by her and everybody else because it's out there. It's out there, and let me see if it posts on my account. Yep. Look at it. I just posted it, and already I've had 10 people like it. 1 person reposted it, and 2 people commented already. That's how you get the word out. I understand my following is a little bit bigger than yours, but you don't grow until you got to get in the game. You can be on the sideline, you can just watch, you can just lurk, you can just consume. But you may have a friend of yours on X. Hey, Joe, have you seen this? And that's all you would have to put. I do it, Robin. Oh, here's another thing. Watch this. speaking of that. All right, so I'm not sure if Robin has seen this. So what I can do is I can click this button and it says send via direct message. Oh, what's that? It's going to pop up and where's Robin? There's Robin. And I can say, babe, check this out. And so now I'm having a back channel conversation with her. And I'm posting this not to everybody. I'm posting it to her. Now, if I went to her, right now she's watching, she's going to get a copy of that and she's going to be able to see it. Nobody else is going to see it. That is boy, I'm telling you, that's something they really don't like. See, anybody can post anything publicly and anybody can peep at your stuff. But when you're sharing stuff in a DM, when you're sliding up in somebody's DM and you're saying, hey, let me hit you up with this. And I just sent that to Robin. Now Robin's going to see it. And who knows, she can send it to 5 people. So it can get really, really intense here very, very quickly. Be the Army. I know that was a quick meeting. We'll do some more once you guys get on Twitter. And X will pay money to members now. What is the blue check for? Good question. If you don't know that, you're not ready for it. But what all that does is it verifies you. You become a real person. But some of you, and here's another thing, you may not want to be John Smith. You might want to be guy from Toronto and a fake avatar. You don't. I don't feel comfortable putting my face and my name out there. There's people I work with and all kinds of things that, I don't want them to know that I'm posting this stuff. Like I showed you Libs of TikTok, she was anonymous for a long time until she got doxxed. So just, if you're posting stuff that you're not comfortable, that somebody at work would like to see, don't put your name up there. Create an anonymous profile. Take a picture of your dog. Call yourself the Great Chihuahua Guy or whatever. And then you can still post stuff. So that the blue check allows you to be verified. So when you look at my profile and see it, it goes into, where's my profile? Hold on, let me find it. All right. See on my profile here, with my big dome, that blue check just means I am Barry Cunningham. And so nobody else, other people can try to take that profile name or whatever, but if I see them, I can actually request that X take them down for impersonation. You have free speech, but you can't impersonate people. So anyway, that's what that does. And it gives you a few other things that just starting out, you're not going to need right now. Let's see here. Well, you guys are talking amongst yourself. What's your name? What's your name? X makes up a name, then I think I changed it and have no profile picture. Yeah, just create your own. Put whatever you want. You pay for the blue check? Yep. Pay for the blue check. That used to be something people like, oh my God, you're paying for free Twitter? And I used to laugh at people going, that's because you have no idea the benefits. I'm about to go to a gold check, which is a little bit more advanced. And you won't see many gold checks, but it's something I want to do for what I'm going to do. And so, not advocating or telling anyone you need to pay for anything, especially just starting out, but the blue check allows you to do some different things that other people can't do. There is a class system on X. Let's see here. I'm new to X. Thanks for teaching us. I'll do more. I'll do more with this. I just want to make sure that some of you guys understand how to get in there if you want to. X can get. Remember, this woman here is completely correct. When you come on this channel and people start saying stuff, we have moderators. And those moderators will look to beat on trolls. And most of the trolls that come on our videos, Trump sucks and you guys are cult members, blah, blah, blah. The trolls on X come after you personally. And they will call you names and they will say things about you and blah, 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 blah. Here's the trick on for that. So most of the time, depending on who they are, they'll say something once. Let me go to okay. All right, so let's look at that. Let me show you what to do here when that happens. So now I'm on my post where I just talked about Laura Loomer. There it is. And I've had 17 people comment. So I can click into here and it can say, hey Barry, that's unsurprising posted. I'm not going to delete this person because it's not a bad post. But I could say, I don't like what Leslie said here. If I click here, look at my options. Or where is it? If I click here, the 3 dots. Those are all my options. And so I could, as you can see, I could click right here and just block her. Or if you really want to mess with somebody, you can go ahead and mute them. I can mute her. What's the difference between block and mute? Well, let's say Lisa Rodriguez, let's say she followed me, but I'm trying to build my following. I don't want my numbers to reflect that I booted her. So I'm not going to block her because she'll see she's blocked and then she'll get pissed off and unfollow me. Or I can just mute her and she's basically talking to a wall. Everything she says just goes off into the ether and she doesn't even know that she's been muted. I just never see her stuff, so it's just talking to a wall. So that's how you can work with the troll. So what the lady said is, yes, it can get quite toxic, but you can control it. Again, that's another reason why the government doesn't like it. You can basically coordinate what you want to see, how you want to see it. How do you get an X account? You just go on to x.com. I believe it's x.com. Yeah, just go to x.com and it'll say log in or sign up. Log in meaning if you have an existing account, sign up as if you want to do one. Let's see here. This helps so much. All right, I'm glad it helped. People use Google or YouTube. Stop asking laziest questions. Think for yourself. I don't think it's lazy, but as I showed you, the big difference with this. Let me just go back to here and show you something real quick. Let me go home. Up here, I can search for anything I want. It is a search engine. It is just like Google, but it can be even better because it's actually going to show you content you want to see. I mean, imagine I don't want to put in insurrection because then I'll get stuff about insurrection. But anyway, I know what I want. Scorpions, my favorite band. And are they on tour? Let's see. Scorpions on tour. And literally, Scorpions! Oh, that was 2016. So I don't know when's the last. Oh, I get to see a band. You know how I always complain about copyright here on YouTube? You see what's playing right there? You see what's playing? For some reason, you can post anything you want over there. So right now, there's a 3-minute and 43-second video. It looks like Metallica. Yeah, that's Metallica. That's Kirk playing right there. So there's Metallica playing. Let's see here. It's probably another one. That's Van Halen. And this is the Scorpions. Scorpions singing right here in 2019. Look there's music playing. It's just playing. Nobody's coming down on their head saying, hey, no, I'm watching a song. I do that often. I do that often. I'll go on here and I'll doing some work and I'll just put in the name of a song. You know, let's say you wanted to hear Folsom, what's it? Folsom Prison Blues? Folsom Prison. Let me just see if I just put that in and see if Johnny Cash comes out. Folsom. Sometimes you get some stuff you don't want to see. And look, there's Johnny Cash playing right there. And I don't know who that guy is. Well, that's the actual. Oh, okay, there's the song. There he is. The Man in Black. Singing Folsom Prison Blues right there. I'm not playing the sound, so I'm okay on YouTube, but you can't do that on here. I can't show that. So, before I go, let me show you something else. Some people ask me, and I want to show you what this is. So, people have asked, what the heck is grok? And so, let me find grok. Okay. So, this is grok. So why do you pay, Barry? Why do you pay for Twitter? Besides different other things, but one of the best things is Grok. You want to be blown away? I'm gonna just do one, okay? Show me, I don't know, old man outside of the pearly gates in heaven, meeting his wife. And I need to put in create image. This is going to blow you away. Create image. All right, so watch this. Watch this. This is what AI can do for you. Boom. And just making a picture. How you like that? Boom, just like that. That's how it works. But you know what? What if I didn't like that? And I say, try again. I can just put the words try again. And it's just going to keep giving me as many renditions of this picture as I'd like. You know, don't like that one either. So I would just keep going, or I would, change my prompt to whatever I want. And so just to give you an idea, these are all the prompts of my previous searches. And you've seen some of these in my thumbnails for different things. Use that during prayer night. Yeah. So I've got all these different pictures that I've created just through AI to use as I want. And I've used many of these in my video thumbnails. Couldn't use that one. That was kind of bad. But you get the idea. So there's so much you can do with it. Did somebody just text me again? Was it Ashley? I'm sorry. Let me just check here. How do I show my link on the chat? Huh? That's from Rob. I think I just did that one. All right. So that's my quick lesson for today for X. We could literally, maybe once we do something, I can go more in depth, but at least get you started. That'll at least get you in there. I love it that you guys are in here. Karen's crazy. Can you? Oh, then you can post it. Yep. If I wanted to make an image and then post, I can do that. I can absolutely do that. That first one was awesome. Okay, yeah. Barry, can I advertise my art on X? I have a little Facebook account and I can't even post Trump's paintings that I did of him. Sure, you absolutely can. Musk buying YouTube rumors, yeah, it's just a rumor. I mean, they would never sell it to him. Barry sold me on Grok. It was so funny. I sat with Robin one night. She's like, "What's this Grok AI thing?" Yeah, you want to see that? Okay, let me show it to you. Let me just show you one other thing as well, because with Grok, and this is funny. Where am I going? And understand, it's a learning thing, so it doesn't really know everything yet. But somebody don't forget super. Nope, I won't forget. All right, so let's say I want to put in here, and this will get funny. Show me who won the Super Bowl in 2006 and include media. Let's see what he never searched that before. Let me see that. And look at that. Look at that. It says the Super Bowl in 2006, which took place on February blah blah, was the Steelers defeated the Seahawks with a score of 21-10. And it gives me all information. Then it tells you how to search for images. So if I wanted to get an image for that, if you're looking for media related, you might be interested in images from the game, blah, 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 it tells me what to do. And, it's amazing. Imagine you were going to do a paper and you wanted to see something, or you wanted to put together, I don't know, some sort of article you're writing. Watch this. Write me a 500-word article about the Trump All right, so you guys can see that prompt, right? And I misspelled that, but that's okay. I'm gonna leave it misspelled because it even knows that. So I'm like, go ahead, write me an article. And looky there. It wrote me an entire article. It's still writing. Boom. It wrote an entire article right there. Don't show this to your kids because they will never do homework again. That took me 8-9 seconds to type in the prompt, and then the prompt wrote a 500 word article that's unique, and also no one else has it. And you could cut and paste this and put it into your notebook, and hey, here you go, teacher. Anything. Look at that. Can you upgrade? Nice. Yeah, wow. Yeah, it's there. And and I don't know if you could see this, but on the bottom of it, this is really interesting too. Not to get too far into this, but see what it did. I got to actually put it on the screen. You can't see it. Let me see if I can shrink this bigger, make this bigger. All right. After the article, it gives you sources. And so all down here, it gives you actual tweets that people have put out. And you have video. So here's a video with Andy McCarthy actually talking about it. Look at all this stuff. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. I don't show a lot of people that because they wonder. They wonder. So Robin's not under Robin Cunningham. That's why she's one of those lurkers. What keeps kids from doing term papers this way? Parents. That's about it. Parents. And it's so fast, mom and dad probably couldn't know if they have access. You saw how quickly it took me to write how it took 500 words and made an article in less than like 10 seconds. So mom goes to the bathroom. Hey, write me a script on an article on Napoleon and Josephine and what happened to her. What you doing, Jimmy? Nothing. Cut, paste, done. So watch your kids, because you can find out all kinds of information on there. Maybe even information you don't want them to see. I don't mean like porn or anything like that. I'm just saying they could be writing up. They can do crazy stuff. So it's crazy. Wow, absolutely. Ashley says that no, they're already using it. Yeah, it's parents. It's definitely parents. All right, so let me get to the super chats here because I could literally do this all night with you guys. I absolutely love doing it. I see like half the people clocked off, but that's okay. Okay, so let me get to this. And if you have any questions, go ahead and hit me up. Not too many of you, please. Not a whole bunch of you, because I know a bunch of you will. Because a bunch of them are already doing it over and over. But you see, once you start talking to people, it's going to be easier and easier for you to begin building. It might be a small following. Don't get caught up on numbers. Don't start worrying about numbers whatsoever. I'm waiting for my mouse to show. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, here we go. And thank you, every single one of you. Okay, thanks, Barry. Ernest, thank you very much. Joe Biden's, I can't say it. Are they paying these people to say exactly the opposite of what Trump and Elon have said? Probably. Sign up for X even though I hate social media. Again, you can lurk. Just lurk around in the background. Very, very easy to do. You never have to engage with anybody, but you can do your own searches and everything else. Hey, Heath again. Here's the facts. The bottom 50% of the population pays 2% of the income taxes collected. Yep, absolutely. Hey, Deborah, thank you very much. Mighty Mouse, Soros and the rest of the elites are out of touch. It'll be their downfall. John Plotkin, Samaritan Spurs. Absolutely. We're still doing it, by the way. Club 1852. Thank you. Dark MAGA Elon threatens a new world. Yep, he does. Yeah, he does. And all of you do. Brian Reeves, thank you. Love the show. Thanks for everything you do for us, Barry. Joe Biden again. Is anybody going through those kids' phones that are turned in during school hours? Good question. John, the reason that I'm here with Barry is because I refuse to watch the fake media. Thank you. Brad, a simple case of old-fashioned communism. Yep. Joe Biden again. Government staffers gone. Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait. Penny, Millie in Argentina cut 75% of his government. Things are getting better and better in Argentina. That's what they fear. Javier Milei did exactly the right thing. Carpe diem. Trump, Elon, Tucker, and Vivek Ramaswamy, just a common sense which is lost on the administration. Yep, and they're terrified of it. Joe Biden's again. You know this when you talk about that anymore. It only comes up as a baby removal talk about. Dude, I can't read half your stuff there. Big Cat, thank you. Keep up your work. Always awesome. Elon better not let Kamala on Mars, Mr. Krabs says. Shane Tankersley, thanks, Barry. God bless you in America. Thank you. Dub, we'll put together a segment, grab a pizza or something. Yeah, if you guys want a deeper dive on it, let me know. We'll do maybe like a private Zoom or something. That way everybody doesn't have to sit around. Ernest Walker, yes, we need more info on X. Okay. Dub 20, grab a 12-pack too. You'll work hard. Joe Biden's thing again. Witless Wimmers. Oh, that was evil. That was extremely evil. RBI Sports. Swamp mistakenly thinks that we are all rats that can be pipered into socialism. Nope, not at all. Member of the pissed off majority. Yes, Barry X. Because I like what you do, Barry. Thank you very much, Andy. Debbie Etheridge. Can I change my name after signing? Yeah, you can change your name. Like I said, you can create a complete fake persona. It doesn't really matter. Thank you, Barry, and thank you for watching. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Ashley's going to get on a plane, so she might be in the background tomorrow during the rally if I can convince her to get on screen. But she'll be here tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning, so I'm psyched. All right, and the kids will be down here as well. Talk to you guys very soon. Thank you for tuning in, and understand now, I think you do, why this man, Elon Musk, is the most feared man out there right now. Public enemy 1A.